The flowers are still cold from the florist when I step off the elevator, and the rooftop lounge hits me like perfume and money. Harbor Ridge does that, turns air into a product. The kind you can't afford, but everyone pretends you can. I'm holding a bouquet that looks like apology. White lilies, pale roses, some sprig of green the clerk called hope. I didn't ask for hope. I asked for something that would survive the ride in a rideshare and still look alive when I handed it to my wife. Marissa is at the far end of the room, framed by glass walls and the black lake beyond, like she planned the whole thing with the weather. She's laughing with her head tipped back, one hand on her collarbone, the other gripping a champagne flute like it's a microphone. Her dress is the kind of tight that makes you wonder if breathing is optional. Not married at 33 tight, more like available at 33 tight. I stop, because my brain does this stupid inventory thing when I'm nervous. It counts exits. It notes who's filming. It reads faces the way I read safety signage on a job site. There are phones everywhere, couples with matching smiles and mismatched eyes. A guy with a smartwatch the size of a small plate, tapping it like he's important. A woman I recognize from our neighborhood group chat. She once complained about my trash cans being out at 7:10 a.m. And she's already whispering, already looking at me like I'm a story, not a person. Graham Larkin is next to Marissa. He doesn't belong in the corner like a guest. He belongs where the room can orbit him. He has that easy posture men buy along with waterfront property, like their spine came with a warranty. His suit is casual in the way that costs more. His watch catches the chandelier and throws a little flash of light across the ceiling like a signal. Marissa sees me. Just a flicker. The smile stays, but it changes temperature. Her eyes skim the flowers, my jacket, my shoes. My shoes are fine, clean, dark leather. But next to this crowd, they look like they were issued. Ethan, she says. And there's a beat between my name and the rest of the air, like she's remembering the word for something she stopped using. I cross the room. The floor is polished enough to show a distorted version of myself. A man walking into a party he wasn't invited to in spirit, only in obligation. Happy birthday, I say. My voice sounds normal, which feels like a trick. I offer the flowers. Marissa takes them like they're heavy. You shouldn't have, she says, and the way she says it makes it true. She turns slightly, angling her body away from me. Not fully, just enough that I feel it. Like a door that doesn't slam, just clicks. Graham smiles at me. It's not a greeting, it's an evaluation. Ethan, he says, like he knows me. Like my name is something he tasted and decided he didn't like. I nod. Graham. That's when a server glides up with a tray. A ring box sits on it like a bad joke. Graham lifts it without looking at the server, like the server is furniture. The music dips because someone signaled the DJ. Phones rise. A few people gasp in that rehearsed way. Marissa's friends, our friends, I guess, if words still matter, form a half circle. Nora Vance is there too, standing stiff, eyes wide like she's watching a car roll toward a cliff and realizing she's in the passenger seat. Graham clears his throat. He steps back, then forward, then down. Kneels. The whole room goes quiet in the way it does, right before a glass hits concrete. He looks up at Marissa with a grin that's meant to read as devotion, but lands as ownership. Marissa, he says, loud enough for every phone light, will you leave your poor husband and marry me? My brain tries to make the words not real. Poor husband. Like I'm a prop. Like I'm a punchline. Like my whole life is a before and after photo. And the before is me. Marissa doesn't even glance at me. She doesn't hesitate. Her hand flies to her mouth, and it's not shock, it's performance. Yes, she says. Clear. Bright. A bell you can't unring. Yes, of course, yes. Someone screams. Someone claps. Someone whispers, "Oh my God." The phones tilt toward me, hunting for my face like it's a prize. I feel heat crawl up my neck, but I don't give them what they want. I don't yell. I don't break anything. I don't become the animal they already decided I am because my zip code is cheaper. I look at Nora. She looks like she wants to disappear into the carpet. She opens her mouth, then closes it. She can't save me. She can't save herself. Not in this room. I set the flowers down on the gift table. I choose a spot with a clean tablecloth. The stems make a soft thump like a heartbeat slowing. Next to the flowers is my gift, a box wrapped in matte black paper tied with a silver ribbon. It looks expensive. It looks like a joke. It looks like me trying too hard. I don't say goodbye. I don't ask why. I don't beg. I don't do any of the things men do on TV to prove they're still loved. I walk out. The elevator ride down is too quiet. My reflection in the mirrored wall looks calm, which makes me angry. The doors open to the lobby, and the cold from outside sneaks in every time the automatic doors part for another guest. I step into the night. The lake wind cuts through my jacket. The valet line is busy with engines purring like cats that have never been hungry. My phone vibrates. Once, then again. Not Marissa. An automated email from the gala committee flashes across my screen. Subject line, volunteer credentials revoked. Due to tonight's incident, your spouse's volunteer credentials have been revoked effective immediately. No shouting, no sirens. Just a door closing somewhere I didn't have to touch. I keep both hands on the wheel as my car rolls onto the bridge, the river below black and quiet. The city lights smear in the rearview mirror. Another buzz, another. My phone doesn't ring like that unless something is on fire, financially, socially, or literally. I pull into my building's garage, park crooked, and take the stairs up because the elevator suddenly feels like a trap. I get to my door, and a knock hits from the other side, like someone's already been waiting. I don't open the door right away. That's not courage. That's muscle memory. In my job, the people who rush are the ones who get crushed. Another knock. 2 quick taps, polite, like whoever's out there thinks manners will make this easier. I lean in and check the peephole. Mr. Daly, building security, stands in the hallway with his hands clasped like he's praying no one makes him pick a side. Next to him is a man in a dark coat, hair too neat, expression too smooth. He holds a leather folder against his chest the way some people hold a Bible. Daly's mouth moves. Mr. Hale? I keep the chain on and crack the door just enough to see the hallway without giving them my living room. The chain bites into the frame. The smell of hallway carpet and someone's fried dinner wafts in. Yeah, I say. The neat man smiles. Ethan, I'm with Mr. Larkin. We'd like to speak with you. Daly's eyes flick between us like a tennis match he didn't buy tickets for. About what? I ask. An item, the man says. A gift. There was confusion tonight. We're hoping to clear it up. That's the thing about people like Graham. Even when they're panicking, they refuse to use panicked words. They call the fire confusion. They call the knife an item. My phone buzzes again. I glance down. 3 missed calls from numbers I don't have saved. One from Marissa's mother, Cynthia, because of course she's awake and taking attendance. A text from a guy I once helped move a couch for, back when I thought friendships were about couches. Dude, are you okay? What happened? I don't answer. I'm not interested, I tell the hallway. The neat man's smile stays. Ethan, it's important. Mr. Larkin would appreciate your cooperation. I laugh once. It comes out wrong, like a cough that learned sarcasm. Tell him to appreciate his fiancée. Daly shifts. Sir, if you could just... I cut him off, because Daly doesn't deserve my anger, but I need a boundary. Mr. Daly, is this a building issue? No, he says quickly. No, sir. Then I'm going to close my door. The neat man's voice sharpens by half a degree. We can wait. I'm sure you can, I say. You people wait for everything. Money, property, other people's wives. I shut the door. The chain scrapes. I slide the deadbolt. I stand there, hands still on the lock, listening. Silence. Then soft footsteps fading. My phone lights up again. A text from Nora. Don't answer Marissa. Answer me. I stare at it for a second because Nora is the last person I expected to be on my side tonight. Nora is Marissa's friend. Nora is the woman who once told me, smiling, that Marissa needs a room to adore her. I thought it was a joke. It was a diagnosis. I text back, where? Lobby, 5 minutes, please. I don't like please in Nora's mouth. It means something broke. I grab my keys and go down. The elevator mirrors show my face from too many angles. I look like a man who forgot to be embarrassed. In the lobby, Nora sits on a bench near the mailboxes. Her legs bounce. She's wearing a blazer over a dress that looks like it cost more than my car payment. Her lipstick is slightly smeared, like she tried to wipe off a mistake and made it worse. When she sees me, she stands so fast she nearly drops her phone. Ethan, she says. Her voice is low, not dramatic, scared. You need to know something. I lean against the wall, arms crossed, because if I don't anchor myself, I might float right out of my body. Hit me, she swallows. It wasn't spontaneous. The proposal, it was planned. Weeks. Marissa rehearsed it. My stomach turns, but it doesn't surprise me. It's almost a relief. A planned knife hurts less than a random one. At least you know someone had to sharpen it. Nora opens her phone and flicks through messages. She had a group chat. M's birthday magic. She made us vote on song options. She made me coordinate the videographer. She wanted the shot with the lake behind them. Nora's voice shakes. She made me call you the schedule conflict so she wouldn't have to say your name. That lands in my chest like a nail. Not because I didn't already know Marissa was capable of cruelty. Because she was capable of that specific kind, erasing. Nora holds the phone out, screenshots. Marissa's words in little bubbles, casual as grocery lists. Make sure Ethan doesn't show up early. Tell the host to keep him by the bar if he comes. Graham, wait until the cake. If he makes a scene, security handles it. He won't. He's predictable. Predictable. Like I'm a weather pattern. Like I'm a dog trained not to bite. Why are you showing me this? I ask. Nora laughs without humor. Because she already started blaming me. She told Ms. Klein I pushed her into it. Like I put a ring box in Graham's hand. Ms. Klein. The charity board chair. Marissa's kingdom. Nora's too, apparently. Until tonight. Nora's fingers dig into her phone. And because... She looks away, toward the glass doors, like she expects Marissa to barrel through them. Because your gift, the binder, it's setting everything on fire. So it worked. The box did what it was supposed to do. I keep my face neutral. What binder? Nora's eyes widen. Don't play dumb. The one you left. The pages. The script. The contract addendum. The note. You wanted a stage. I brought you a mirror. My own handwriting. Neat. Cold. I remember writing it at my dining table while Marissa slept in our bed like a queen who didn't know her castle had termites. Nora steps closer. Ethan, someone's coming for you. Graham has... people. He sent one to your door. He sent another to the venue manager. They're trying to retrieve it. I don't have it, I say, and that's true. The binder is in the gift box. On the table, where everyone can see. Like a bomb you can't unsee. Nora's breathing speeds. They're also calling sponsors. They're calling board members. They're spinning it. I nod slowly. Of course they are. Outside the glass doors, headlights sweep the street. A car idles at the curb longer than it needs to. Nora whispers, that's him. Graham isn't in the passenger seat. He's in the driver's seat. Because men like him don't like being driven when they're angry. The window is down. His face is half lit by the dashboard, like the devil checking his directions. He looks straight at me through the glass, smiles, lifts 2 fingers in a lazy wave. My phone buzzes again. Daly's number. I answer. Yeah? Daly sounds winded. Mr. Hale, I'm sorry, sir, but someone is towing your car right now. I look at Nora. She nods like she already knew. Rich people don't apologize. They send representatives. I shove my phone into my pocket. Come on, I tell Nora. What are you doing? She asks. I head for the door. I'm going to keep my car, and then I'm going to decide how much of a villain I'm willing to become. The garage smells like damp concrete and old oil, the kind of smell that clings to your clothes and tells everyone you've been somewhere real. The rooftop smelled like a catalog. This smells like truth. We take the stairs 2 at a time. My dress shoes slap the steps. Nora's heels click like gunfire. Somewhere above us, an engine revs and a chain rattles. By the time we hit the garage level, I can see my car's taillights glowing. A tow truck is angled behind it, boom arm extended. The driver is already tightening straps like he's wrapping a gift for someone else's Christmas. Hey! I shout, because sometimes you have to use your voice even when you hate how it sounds. The tow driver doesn't look startled. He looks bored. You the owner? He calls back without turning fully, like he's dealt with this 1,000 times and every man thinks his anger is special. I'm the driver, I say. Why are you towing it? He finally turns, middle-aged, baseball cap, work jacket with a company logo. He holds a tablet in his hand. Authorized request, he says. Registered owner called it in. Marissa is co-registered. My throat tightens. Nora swears under her breath. She's insane. Not insane, I say. Strategic. A set of headlights glides in at the garage entrance. A black SUV that looks like it's never parked in dirt. Graham's SUV. He rolls to a stop like he owns the floor. The driver's window goes down. Graham leans an elbow out like he's in a movie where he plays the guy who never loses. Ethan, he says, easy. Let it go. I take a step toward my car. The tow driver raises a hand. Sir, don't touch the vehicle while it's hooked. Whose order is it? I ask. Graham smiles. We can talk about that later. Give me the binder. Nora stiffens beside me. You sent a tow truck? Graham's eyes flick to Nora. For a second, the mask slips, and I see annoyance, like she's an insect that learned to talk. Nora, he says, you should go home. Nora's jaw tightens. You should stop acting like you can buy silence. He laughs. I don't buy silence, people offer it. I look at the tow driver. I'm disputing this, I say. Right now, this is my primary vehicle. I have proof I pay the insurance. I have proof I'm the primary driver. I have proof I live here. He shrugs. I got an authorization. You got a problem, you call the office. Graham's voice drops. Ethan, you're making this messy. Funny, I say, because you're the one who knelt down in front of 50 people and called me poor. Graham's smile widens. That's the truth, isn't it? Nora turns her head sharply, like she's about to spit. I stop her with a look. Not because I'm protecting Graham, because I don't want Nora making a scene that gets her blamed later. That's how Marissa works. She sets fires and hands you the match. I move closer to the tow driver, careful not to cross the line where he can say I interfered. If you tow it, I'm filing a formal complaint with the building, I say, and I'm recording your company info right now. I lift my phone and point it at the logo on his jacket, the truck number, the license plate. The driver's eyes narrow. You can record all you want. Nora suddenly takes 2 quick steps toward Graham's SUV and raises her voice, loud, bright, stage voice. Is this the guy who just proposed to a married woman? She calls, like she's announcing a raffle winner. Because I'm pretty sure that's him. Heads turn. A couple coming in from the stairwell freezes. A guy in gym shorts lifts his phone reflexively, because people don't think, they document. Graham's smile stiffens. Nora. Nora keeps going. And now he's towing her husband's car? That's romantic. That's really romantic. The tow driver hesitates. He glances toward the garage entrance, toward the growing attention. Tow drivers hate attention. Attention is paperwork. I slide into my car on the driver's side. The door opens. The seat is still warm from earlier, like it's trying to comfort me. The tow strap is tight. The car is hooked, but the wheels are on the ground. My foot finds the brake. My hand finds the gear shift. The tow driver shouts, "Hey, hey, don't!" I release the brake just enough to let the car roll back an inch. Metal groans. The hook jerks. The tow arm shudders like it wants to break. The driver swears and lunges for the release because he'd rather lose the tow than explain a damaged car. The hook drops. I start the engine. Nora sprints to the passenger side and yanks the door open, diving in like we're in a low-budget heist. Her perfume fills the car, expensive panic. "Go!" she yells. I don't peel out. That's how people crash. I roll fast, controlled. I take the ramp up, tires humming on wet concrete. Behind us, Graham's SUV lurches forward. He follows. The street outside the garage is slick. Harbor Ridge shines at night, all glass and water and expensive regret. I make a right, then a left, then another left, not because I'm trying to lose him like a spy, but because I know these roads. I've been lost on them before. I've driven home at 2 a.m. after overtime, watching the mansions and feeling like a ghost. Graham stays back 2 car lengths, headlights in my rearview mirror like eyes. He doesn't honk, he doesn't rage, he just presses. Pressure is his language. Nora grips the handle above the door. "He's insane," she says again, breathless. "Not insane," I tell her. "He's used to winning." My phone buzzes in the cup holder. I glance down at a new email notification from Harbor Ridge Giving Gala Committee. Subject: Urgent. Special meeting, concerns raised, and I'm CC'd. Someone just escalated publicly, and it isn't me. I swallow hard and keep driving, because in this town, fires don't burn out. They spread. Morning comes like a punishment. Gray light through blinds, coffee that tastes like burnt apology. My phone buzzing before I'm fully awake. Harbor Ridge doesn't sleep, it just changes outfits. By 9, I'm in the charity office downtown, a space that smells like fresh paint and donated guilt. The walls are covered in framed photos of smiling people holding giant checks. Every photo is proof that money can buy a halo if you angle the camera right. Ms. Klein, the board chair, stands behind a conference table with a laptop open and a folder in her hand. She's in her late 50s, hair sharp, glasses sharp, everything about her built for cutting through nonsense. She doesn't smile when I walk in. She doesn't frown either. She looks tired, like she's been up all night reading emails from people who think their opinion is a subpoena. Nora is already there. She sits against the wall, arms crossed, leg bouncing. She looks like she wants to run and like she wants to watch. Marissa is not in the room yet, which means she's staging her entrance. Ms. Klein gestures to a chair. "Mr. Hale," she says, "thank you for coming on short notice." "I didn't have anything else scheduled," I say. It's true. My calendar used to be work, home, and whatever Marissa decided was important. Today, it's just this. Ms. Klein slides the folder across the table. "We received documentation last night," she says. "Concerning documentation." I open the folder. Printed pages, screenshots. A contract addendum for the gala venue, with Graham Larkin's name listed as host sponsor, and a set of special requests that read less like donations and more like demands. Reserved seating, approved guest list, media control, a script page, typed, formatted, titled, Proposal Moment. It's not even subtle. It has stage directions. Marissa's voice in my head says, "Ethan, stop being dramatic." But the paper is dramatic all by itself. Paper doesn't have feelings. Paper doesn't lie because it's bored. Ms. Klein watches my face. "Did you compile this?" she asks. I choose my words the way I choose harness points, carefully. "Some of it," I say. "Some of it existed already, in emails, in contracts. Some of it came from someone who was in the planning." Nora's eyes flick to me. She doesn't smile. She just nods once, like a confession. Ms. Klein's mouth tightens. And you left this as a gift? I left it in a box, I say. I didn't force anyone to open it. Ms. Klein exhales through her nose. Well, they opened it. The door swings open, and there she is. Marissa glides in like she's entering a ballroom, not a board meeting about her life catching fire. Her hair is perfect. Her makeup is perfect. Her eyes are not. Her eyes look like someone turned the lights on too fast. She sees me and stops for a fraction of a second. That fraction is all I need to know. She didn't expect me to be here. She expected me to be at home, shattered, while she controlled the narrative. Ethan, she says, warm as poison. You're really doing this? Ms. Klein lifts a hand. Marissa, sit. Marissa sits, but she angles her body toward me like we're in counseling, like she's the wounded party. Last night was supposed to be joyful, she says, and you made it ugly. I laugh. It's quiet, but it's real. I didn't kneel, I say. I didn't propose to a married woman. Her eyes flash. Don't, she hisses. Then she catches herself and looks at Ms. Klein. I mean, this is personal. Ethan is emotional. He's trying to hurt me. Ms. Klein doesn't blink. We are not here to manage your feelings, she says. We are here to manage risk. I almost smile. Risk. My language. My world. I've spent 10 years telling men in hard hats to stop trying to impress each other with stupid choices. Now I'm watching a woman in a designer dress try to impress a board with stupidity. Marissa leans forward. Graham is a sponsor, she says. He's generous. He cares about the community. Does he? I say, tapping the contract addendum. Or does he care about controlling it? Marissa's mouth opens, then shuts. She pivots. Ethan, you're embarrassing yourself. I look at her, really look. The shape of her face hasn't changed. The freckles on her nose are still there if you're close enough. I used to kiss those freckles. I used to think they were proof she was real. Now they look like decoration. What happened to us? She asks suddenly, voice softer, practiced. You used to try. That's the thing about manipulation. It's always dressed up as nostalgia. I did try, I say. I tried until trying became the only thing I did. Nora shifts in her seat. Ms. Klein's expression stays fixed, but her eyes sharpen. Marissa's tone hardens. You think you're so righteous, she says. You think you're a hero because you printed some emails. I don't think I'm a hero, I say. I think you built a stage and forgot the floor can crack. Marissa's hand tightens around her purse strap. Her gaze flicks to Nora. Of course, she snaps. Of course Nora is here. Nora? Did you show him those messages? Are you trying to ruin me? Nora's voice is calm, but her cheeks are flushed. I'm trying not to let you ruin me, she says. Ms. Klein closes the folder. Marissa, she says, your volunteer credentials have been revoked pending review. Effective immediately. Marissa's face goes blank. It's like watching a screen go dark. You can't, she whispers. I can, Ms. Klein says. And I did. Marissa turns to me, eyes wild. You did this, she says, and for the first time since last night, her voice cracks in a way that sounds almost honest. You're ruining my life. I lean in slightly, just enough that she has to focus on me, not the room. No, I say quietly. I'm just not buffering it anymore. Her nostrils flare, then her mouth curves into something that isn't a smile. You think you're safe, she says. You think you can just hide behind paperwork. I know where you keep the other copy. My stomach drops, not because she knows I have backups. I do. Always. But because she said it like a promise. Marissa stands, pushing her chair back. This isn't over, she says to the room, but her eyes stay on me. She walks out. Ms. Klein looks at me. Mr. Hale, she says, for your sake, please be careful. I nod because I don't trust my voice. Nora touches my arm lightly. She's going to come for you, she whispers. I stare at the door Marissa exited through and feel something new slide into place inside me. Cold, not grief, not shock, decision. I get home and the hallway feels wrong before I even see them. It's too quiet. The air is too still, like the building is holding its breath. Mr. Daly stands outside my door, shoulders hunched. Next to him is Marissa, arms folded, lips pressed into that straight line she uses when she's trying to look like the reasonable one. On her other side is the neat man from last night. Same dark coat, same leather folder. He's holding a polite expression like a mask strapped to his face. Daly sees me and looks relieved, then immediately looks sorry. "Mr. Hale," he says. "They said—" Marissa cuts him off. "I said I'm his wife," she snaps. Then she turns to me, voice dripping with sweetness for Daly's benefit. "Hi, Ethan." I stop a few feet away. I don't step closer. Distance is safety. "What are you doing here?" I ask. Marissa gestures toward the door like she owns it. "I'm getting my things," she says, "and you're going to stop acting like a child." The neat man steps forward half an inch. "We can keep this simple," he says. "Mrs. Hale has a lawful right to access shared property." I laugh softly. "My lease is in my name," I say. "Marissa isn't on it. This isn't shared property. This is my apartment." Marissa's eyes flash. "You're really going to do this? Over a misunderstanding?" "Over you saying yes to another man," I say, "in front of a room full of cameras." Daly clears his throat. "Ma'am, sir, building policy says I can't unlock a unit unless the leaseholder authorizes it." Marissa leans toward him, voice low. "Daly, don't be difficult." Daly's face flushes. He's a decent guy. He's not built for rich people pressure. I take out my phone. "I'm recording for my safety," I say out loud, clear enough for everyone to hear. I point the camera at Marissa, then at the neat man, then at Daly, then at my door. Marissa's expression shifts. Anger first, then that slow, performative calm. "Oh my God," she says, loud enough for any neighbor to hear. "Are you filming me? This is obsessive." "It's documentation," I say. "Something you understand when it benefits you." The neat man's smile tightens. "Ethan," he says, like we're old friends, "this isn't necessary." "Neither was the tow truck," I say. Marissa steps toward me. Her heels click. "You're ruining my life," she says again, like it's her favorite line. "No," I tell her. "You're just feeling the weight of what you did." She moves fast, too fast, and tries to slip past me toward the door, shoulder first. Not a full shove. A push disguised as impatience. I block her with my arm. I don't grab her. I don't touch her anywhere that could be twisted into a story. I just become a wall. Marissa's eyes widen. "Don't touch me," she says, louder now. "I'm not," I say. "You're trying to enter without my permission." The neat man takes a step closer. His voice is still polite, but the politeness is thinning. "If you're concerned about optics," he says, "we can handle this discreetly." "Optics," I repeat. "That's all you people speak." Marissa leans in close enough that I can smell her perfume. Something expensive that used to make me feel lucky. Now it just makes me feel tired. "Give it back," she whispers, so Daly can't hear. "The binder, the copies. You don't get to do this to me." I keep my face flat. "You did it to yourself." Her mouth curls. "You think you're the only one who can plan," she murmurs. The neat man clears his throat. "Ethan," he says, "Mr. Larkin would prefer this to end peacefully." I lower my phone slightly and look at him. Up close, I can see the tiny vein pulsing at his temple. He's calm, but he's not comfortable. He's not used to being recorded. Not in a hallway with cheap lighting and no audience he can charm. I step closer to him. Not aggressive, just close enough that he has to register me as a physical presence. I keep the camera rolling. "Your name is on the security log," I whisper, voice low but audible on my recording. Your company logo is on your blazer. You're standing in front of a camera. You want to be famous? His eyes flick to the ceiling corner where a tiny black dome camera watches us. His smile breaks, just a crack. He takes a small step back. Marissa's face tightens. Don't talk to him like that, she snaps, like he's her employee. I tilt my head. Is he? I ask. Or is he just another accessory you borrowed to feel powerful? Marissa's hand clenches into a fist around her purse strap. For a second, I think she might swing it at me. Instead, she inhales, and the inhale sounds like she's swallowing rage. You're disgusting, she says. I nod, like I'm accepting a review. Okay. Daly's phone buzzes. He answers, listens, and goes pale. What? Marissa demands. Daly looks at me. Mr. Hale, he says, voice shaky. The front desk. Someone called. They reported a domestic disturbance at your unit. Police are on the way. Marissa's lips part. She blinks. Then her eyes flick to the neat man. Then back to me. I understand in one sick instant. This is the next move. If she can't get in, she'll make me look dangerous. She'll make the system do her dirty work. My hands tighten around my phone. I didn't become a villain in one night. I became one boundary at a time. And now the boundary has sirens attached to it. The patrol car shows up without drama. No siren, just headlights washing the parking lot and two uniforms stepping into my hallway like they've walked into 100 versions of this story. Officer Reyes is the one who talks. His partner hangs back, taking notes, scanning faces. Reyes is calm in a way that makes me believe he's seen worse than people in nice clothes yelling at each other. Evening, Reyes says. We got a call about a disturbance. Marissa snaps into her role. She touches her chest lightly, eyes glossy. Officer, she says. I was trying to get my things. He's been acting unstable. He recorded me. He blocked me from the door. Reyes looks at me. Sir? I hold up my phone. I started recording for my safety, I say. They were trying to access my unit without my permission. My lease is in my name. Building security can confirm. Reyes nods once. Okay, I need you both to take a breath. He turns to Daly. Sir, can you confirm the leaseholder? Daly's voice cracks. Mr. Hale is the leaseholder. Reyes turns back to Marissa. Ma'am, do you have legal access to the unit? Marissa's smile twitches. We're married, she says, like it's a key. Reyes doesn't react. Marriage doesn't automatically give you access to a leased unit if you're not on the lease, he says. His tone stays even. That's a civil matter. Tonight we're just making sure nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets hurt. That sentence sits in the air like a warning and a promise. Reyes separates us. He speaks with Marissa near the stairwell. His partner speaks with me near my door. I show my lease agreement on my phone. I show the video time-stamped in the hallway. I show the tow truck email from last night. I keep it factual. Boring. Boring is safe. Marissa's voice rises. He's humiliating me, she says. He's trying to ruin my reputation. Reyes' voice stays low. Ma'am, I'm not here for reputation. I want to laugh. In Harbor Ridge, reputation is religion. And here's a cop reminding her it's not law. After 10 minutes, Reyes walks back toward me. Sir, he says, I don't see probable cause for anything criminal here, but I'm going to ask you both to keep distance tonight. If there are belongings, handle it through proper channels, a third party, a scheduled pickup. Marissa's eyes burn holes in me. She's furious because the system didn't instantly kneel for her the way Graham did. Reyes looks at her. Ma'am, he says, do you have somewhere else you can go tonight? Marissa's jaw tightens. Yes, she spits. I do. She turns and storms toward the elevator, the neat man following like a shadow that's suddenly nervous. Nora appears at the end of the hall, out of breath, hair slightly messy like she ran here. She catches my eye and mouths, Are you okay? I nod. I'm not, but nodding is easier than explaining. Reyes leaves. Daly apologizes 3 times. I tell him it's not his fault, because it isn't. He's just a doorman for other people's storms. Nora and I end up in a diner on the edge of town, the kind of place with sticky menus and coffee that tastes like it's been brewed since the Reagan administration. The lights are harsh. The booth vinyl squeaks when you move. It's perfect. No one here cares who Marissa Hale is. Nora stirs her coffee like she's trying to drown something. She's going to spin this, she says. She's going to say you scared her. I didn't touch her, I say. That won't matter, Nora says. In her world, feelings are evidence. I stare at the window. Outside, the lake fog creeps across the road like it owns it. Why are you still helping me? I ask. Nora laughs quietly. Because she tried to set me up, she says. And because I'm tired. Tired. That's the truest word anyone said all day. Nora leans in. Her voice drops. Ethan, she says, you need to understand something. Graham didn't propose because he's in love. I blink. Then why? Nora's eyes flick around the diner like the booths might be wired. Then she slides her phone across the table. A screenshot. Marissa's number at the top. A message thread with a contact labeled simply, G. You don't get to back out, she wrote. Not after what I have. Another message. If you make me look stupid, I'll make sure the lake committee sees the video. My stomach tightens. Video? I ask. Nora nods. Marissa bragged about it, she says. Not criminal, not like that. Just career ending for a man who sells himself as family values and community leader. There's a morality clause in some of his deals. Investors, board positions. He needs the image. So he proposed to control her, I say. He proposed to control the story, Nora corrects. To turn her from a threat into a fiancé. That way, whatever she has becomes private relationship stuff, not scandal. I exhale slowly. It's amazing how brave a man gets when he realizes the monster in the room isn't him. I look down at my hands. They're steady. That scares me more than the sirens did. What do you want me to do? Nora asks. I think about the gift box, the binder, the way Marissa's face changed when the board chair spoke, the way Graham's smile stiffened when Nora raised her voice in the garage. They need a stage, I say. They live for it, so I'm going to give them one. Nora watches me. Ethan, I'm not talking about violence, I say. I'm talking about a mirror, a public one, with timestamps. My phone buzzes. Unknown number. Come to the marina, alone, bring the binder. I stare at the message until the letters blur. Nora leans forward. What is it? I tilt the phone so she can see. Her face goes pale. Don't go, she says immediately. I slide the phone back into my pocket. I have to, I say, because if I don't, they'll come anyway. And I'd rather choose where the next move happens. The fog outside thickens, swallowing the streetlight. Somewhere in the dark, Harbor Ridge waits. The lake looks like a mouth tonight. Fog sits on the water in thick layers, like the world forgot how to breathe. Dock lights glow in soft halos, turning every piling into a shadowed figure. The marina is mostly empty this time of year. Summer boats are wrapped and sleeping. Winter boats sit like bored predators. I park under a flickering lamp and shut off the engine. For a second, I just sit there with my hands on the wheel, listening to the tick of cooling metal. Alone. Bring the binder. I didn't bring the binder. I'm not stupid. I brought a folder with copies of the copies, because I'm me, and because fear makes me thorough. I step out into air that smells like water and old rope. My shoes crunch on gravel. Somewhere a boat line knocks gently against a cleat, a soft, repetitive sound like someone tapping a finger. Graham's boat is easy to spot. It's too big for this marina, like a mansion squeezed into a trailer park. Its name is painted on the side in clean white letters. True North. He's standing on the dock near the ramp, hands in his coat pockets, posture relaxed. Next to him, leaning against a post, is Marissa. Of course she's here. Of course this isn't just business, it's theater. Tess, the marina manager, steps out of the office as I approach. She's wearing a beanie and a heavy jacket, clipboard in hand. Her eyes flick between me and the couple on the dock, like she's trying to figure out which storm is going to soak her. Graham smiles like we're meeting for brunch. "Ethan," he says. "You came." Marissa's eyes shine, not tears, spotlight hunger. "Where's the binder?" Graham asks. I stop at the edge of the dock. I don't step onto it yet. Dockboards can be slick, a small detail, a small hazard. Small hazards are how people fall. "It's safe," I say. "That's all you need to know." Marissa laughs sharply. "You think you're clever," she says. "You think you can hold our lives hostage with paper." "Not your lives," I correct. "Your image." Graham's smile thins. "Give it to me," he says, voice still calm, but the calm is tighter now, wound around something sharp. "I'm leaving," I say. I glance toward Tess and speak clearly, like I'm reading a statement into a recorder. "Do not touch me. Do not follow me." Tess's eyebrows lift. She makes a small note on her clipboard without looking down. Witnesses write things down. Witnesses are dangerous. Graham steps closer. "You're making a mistake," he says. "Funny," I say. "That's what I used to tell Marissa when she bought things we couldn't afford." Marissa takes a step toward me, and for a second I see the Marissa I married, the girl who used to steal fries off my plate and laugh like she didn't know life could be cruel. Then her face hardens again, and I remember that girl was either buried or never existed. "Ethan," she says, voice low, intimate, like we're alone. "You don't have to do this. We can be civil. You can get something out of it." I tilt my head. "Like what?" I ask. "A thank you card?" Graham's jaw tightens. "Stop," he says, and the word isn't for me. It's for her. It's control. Then he looks back at me and smiles again. "Poor husband," he says softly, like he's savoring it. Something snaps in me. Not loud, not explosive, just a clean break, like a rope finally frays. I step forward onto the dock. Before I can think, my hand lifts and lands across Graham's face. One sharp slap. The sound is small, swallowed by fog, but the impact is huge because it's not pain that matters. It's humiliation. Graham's eyes go wide. His hand rises to his cheek. For a second, he looks like a man who just realized he isn't untouchable. Marissa gasps. "Ethan!" Tess stiffens. Her pen pauses, then continues. Witnesses don't gasp. They note. I don't hit him again. I don't linger. I speak, clear and steady, for Tess and the cameras and the universe. "I'm leaving," I say again. "Do not touch me. Do not follow me." Graham lunges. Not to punch, but to grab my bag. He reaches like he's taking back something he owns. I shift sideways, simple, like avoiding a swinging door. His shoe slips on wet wood. He stumbles into a coil of rope and goes down hard, catching himself with a hand, swearing through clenched teeth. No broken bones. Just a man in an expensive coat on his knees on a dock, a mirror of last night but uglier. Marissa's scream tears through the fog. "You psycho!" I step back onto the gravel and walk away, heart hammering, hands shaking now that the moment is gone. Behind me, I hear Graham's shoes scraping as he stands, hear Marissa's heels clicking in furious circles. I don't look back. Looking back is how you get pulled in. In my car, I lock the doors and sit for a second, breathing hard. My phone buzzes with a new email. Harbor Ridge Giving Gala. Live stream schedule confirmed tonight. Marissa is hosting. Graham is headlining. They're still holding the show. I wipe my palm against my jeans and stare out at the foggy water, at the dock lights, at the way the lake swallows sound. You can heal from a slap. It's the witnesses that don't go away. And tonight, I'm going to put a mirror on their stage. The hotel ballroom is built to make people forget the world outside exists. Crystal chandeliers, thick carpet that eats sound, curtains heavy enough to hide crimes. The air smells like steak and expensive flowers and the faint sweetness of perfume that's been sprayed over anxiety. Nora meets me at a service entrance wearing a headset and a lanyard. She looks like she hasn't slept. She hands me a black staff jacket like she's arming me. "Put it on," she says. "I look like I belong?" I ask. Nora snorts. "Nobody looks like they belong here. They just act like it." I slip the jacket on. It fits a little tight across the shoulders. That's fine. Tight reminds you you're alive. We move through back hallways where the glamour stops and the truth begins. Rolling racks, cardboard boxes, staff eating fries out of paper cups. A mic squeals somewhere, then cuts off. Someone laughs too loud. "You're sure?" Nora whispers as we approach a door marked Ballroom A. I hold up the printed card in my hand. On it is a simple black and white square, a QR code. No accusations, no shouting, just a doorway into the folder Ms. Klein will understand. Contracts, addendums, screenshots, Tess's note with her contact info, the script pages, the note in my handwriting, a mirror. "I'm sure," I say. We slip into the ballroom along the wall. The room is full of people who clap like it's exercise. At the front, a stage glows under soft lighting. A camera on a tripod points toward it, live indicator light blinking red like a heartbeat. Marissa is on stage. She looks radiant. She looks untouchable. She's wearing a gown that would make a magazine cry. She holds a microphone with both hands like she's holding the room's attention in a delicate glass. "My friends," she says, voice warm, "tonight is about integrity, about community, about lifting each other up." I almost laugh out loud. The irony is so thick you could spread it on toast. People smile, people nod, people record. The chat on the live stream, projected on a small monitor by the camera, scrolls with hearts and applause emojis. Nora guides me toward the side aisle where Ms. Klein sits near the front, posture straight, expression unreadable. Two board members flank her, whispering behind programs. I stop behind her chair and lean in just enough that my shadow touches her shoulder. "Miss Klein," I say softly. She turns her head slightly, her eyes flick up. Recognition flashes, and then something like understanding. I place the card in her hand. "This is for the board," I murmur. "Everything is documented, nothing illegal, just clear." Ms. Klein doesn't react outwardly. She slides the card into her program like it's a dinner mint. On stage, Marissa continues. "We're so grateful to our sponsor, Graham Larkin, whose commitment to Harbor Ridge is..." The ballroom doors open. Graham enters like a man arriving to applause he expects. His smile is back, polished, ready for cameras. He scans the room, finds Marissa, gives her a look that says, "I own this moment." Then his eyes catch mine. The smile on his face freezes. For half a second, his expression is naked. Anger, panic, calculation. Marissa sees his expression shift and follows his gaze. Her eyes land on me. For an instant, she looks genuinely shocked, like she can't believe I'd come into her cathedral and breathe. Then her face tightens. The smile on her lips stays, but the skin around her eyes hardens. She keeps talking into the mic because Marissa never stops performing. But her voice changes, just slightly. A tremor in the polish. Ms. Klein glances down at her program. Her phone is in her hand now, already scanning the QR code. I watch her face as she scrolls. No gasps, no theatrics, just a slow narrowing of the eyes. The live stream monitor flickers. A staff member whispers into the camera operator's ear. The red light blinks off. "Technical difficulties," Marissa says into the mic, too bright, too fast. "We'll resume the stream shortly," the room murmurs. Phones lower. People glance around like they smell smoke. When the queen falls, the court pretends they never bowed. Marissa steps off stage and hands the mic to someone else, her smile pasted on. She moves toward a side hallway, away from the room, away from the witnesses. Graham angles toward the same hallway. Nora grips my elbow. "He's going to corner you," she whispers. "I know," I say. I follow, not because I want to fight, but because I want this to end where cameras and security can see the truth. We reach the service hallway. Graham is already there, waiting, standing under harsh fluorescent lights that make him look less like a prince and more like a man who sweats. He smiles. "Let's talk," he says, and the hallway suddenly feels very, very small. Graham steps into my space like he thinks space belongs to him. Up close, his smile looks practiced, like a sales pitch. "You really want to do this here?" he asks. His voice is soft, almost friendly. "In my building, my event." "It's not your building," I say. "It's a hotel that rented you a stage." His smile twitches. "You don't know who you're dealing with." Marissa's heels click in. She stops at the end of the hall. "Ethan, stop," she says. "Us," like I'm still part of her team. I keep my hands visible at my sides. "I handed the board facts," I say. "If facts humiliate you, that's not my problem." Graham takes another step. "Give me what you gave her," he says. "No," I say. His hand shoots out and grabs the front of my staff jacket, yanking me forward. It's not a punch. It's control. The hallway narrows to the fabric in his fist and the smell of his cologne. I shove him back, one firm push to his chest. He stumbles into a metal fire door with a loud clang. A second later, a voice barks, "Hey!" Hotel security. Mr. Hargrove, big shoulders, earpiece, face already set in. Not tonight. He strides toward us with two other staff behind him. I don't rush to explain. I just speak loud and clear, like I did at the marina, like I'm building a record in real time. "Do not touch me again," I say. Graham's face flushes. He straightens his jacket like that fixes his dignity. "He attacked me," he says automatically. Hargrove's eyes flick to the ceiling camera, then back to Graham. "Sir," he says, "step back." Marissa's voice breaks. "This is insane," she says, looking from Hargrove to me like she expects someone to arrest the embarrassment. From the ballroom doorway, Ms. Klein appears with two board members. She looks like a judge walking into court. "Mr. Larkin," she says, "we're ending the event. Sponsors are already calling. Your name is being removed from all materials effective immediately." Graham's smile disappears. "You can't." "I can," Ms. Klein says, and her voice is steel. "And I am." Marissa makes a sound like she's been slapped. "No," she whispers. "No, no, this is my night." Hargrove reaches for Graham's arm. "Sir, you need to come with me." Graham jerks away. For a second, his eyes lock on mine, and the hatred there is so raw, it's almost impressive. Marissa steps toward me, soft now. "Ethan, we can fix this. Please." I look at her and feel nothing but clarity. "No," I tell her. "You wanted a new life. Tonight you got it." Hargrove pulls Graham back. Graham twists, breaks the grip for one desperate second, and charges at me with a sound that isn't a word. I turn, ready, heart pounding, feet planted, and the fire door slams between us as security drags him back. The door shakes once, twice, then it doesn't. And for the first time all night, the building is quiet. My hands stop shaking at last.